Morning, folks. Probably in this moment there's an emergency meeting with the NATO members regarding the deployment for the first time in military history, the RS-26. What is an RS-26? It's an intercontinental ballistic missile, hypersonic propulsion. That means that sucker will hit its target half the time than a conventional ballistic missiles, intercontinental jibby-jabby jobs, which are currently in deployment on NATO and America. America's the last minute man job. Aging missiles which have been sitting in those things for about 30, 40 years now. And now Biden is taking into consideration to give nuclear weapons to Ukraine to protect themselves. One, they're not a NATO member. And plus, who's going to manage these nuclear weapons? Because if you put nuclear weapons, which are NATO stuff, only from the authorization of Brussels and the White House, you need a presidential authorization. He's the only one who can launch these missiles in case of attack. And I don't think NATO trusts these barbarians with nukes. It's going to be supervised by NATO personnel and of the highest of level of security, like all the missiles and all the defence systems which are NATO. They are manned by NATO personnel. Intel's NATO, satellites belong to NATO, all that stuff. So NATO will be practically giving nuclear weapons to Zelensky. And this escalates the whole situation. Most of the Western mass media talking about this on front page. It's absolute lunacy and madness, because this could be even a stunt to declare a state of war or a state of emergency of some type. So Biden remains in power and applicate those special powers in case of war. How near we are to a nuclear war now than ever before. And they say Ukraine has got the right to defend themselves. We must give them the nuclear weapons back. When they broke away from Russia, those nuclear weapons were Russian, Soviet era style nuclear weapons. And those weapons were given back. Even the strategic bombers, which were Russian, they were given back in exchange for a deal as on gas, energy for the country. And regarding the Minsk treaties, one of those things are it can't be a member of NATO. So the President of America, in the end, is giving a non-member state of, Ukraine, which is a non-member, nuclear weapons. It's a 50% probability this will happen. So far, they've been stumped about giving these long-range missiles to Ukraine, and most probably in a secret. When they say we authorise it, the nuke's already inside of Ukraine already, to be set it up and start targeting Russia, cities and military bases and industries with nuclear weapons. The fact is, hypersonic nuclear weapons is another kettle of fish, which I shall deal in a more later video. But for now, we've got this NATO meeting deciding Biden to give nuclear weapons to Kiev, which I find absolute insanity.